Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report. It is November 22nd, about 8:30 p.m. Central Time, my time. If you're watching this video and you have not subscribed to my channel, I implore you and I ask you to please press that red subscribe button. It's free. My first goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. Therefore, I can start doing live shows. And I'm telling y'all guys, when I start doing live shows, it's going to be live, if you know what I mean. And I'll have a call-in line and even try to do like a Zoom-in type deal. So, we can interact real well. Y'all can tell me if I'm full of crap or if I'm right, if y'all agree, disagree, or we could just chop it up and talk about our passion, the star that we all share. Some people have that passion more than others. I've been bleeding blue since I was 6. I'm 36 now. So 30 years of Cowboys football. No matter what's going on in life, for those three and a half hours on Sunday or Sunday night, Monday night, or Thursday night, I'm free. Kind of like Dominic Toretto says in Fast and the Furious. For those 10 seconds or less, I'm free. It's kind of like that for those three and a half hours. I live and die with each game. So we're coming off a wonderful, amazing road victory against Minnesota. Our biggest road victory in the history of our franchise. We've never went on the road and beat a team by 37. So we've had back-to-back weeks where we haven't done where in Green Bay we blow a fourth quarter 14-point lead, which we've never done in franchise history. Following week we have the biggest road win in franchise history. Now we got the Giants on Thursday. So this is going to be back-to-back games against winning teams within 5 days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Two games in 5 days against winning teams. 8-1 team at the time, and the Giants 7-3. If we beat the Giants, we're 9-point favorites. I know we both have the same record, but Vegas sees us as a heavy favorite, 9-point favorite. If we beat the Giants, and we beat them in considerable fashion, I'm not expecting the game like we had against Minnesota, but if we beat them by, say, 3 scores, 17 points, 21 points, beat them decisively, then we get a mini bye week after that. Basically, we get a mini bye week, and then we come home to play Indianapolis and the Texans. Colts and Texans. We beat the Giants on Thanksgiving. There's no reason why after 13 games we shouldn't be at 10-3. And the Eagles' next 3 games, at home against Green Bay, at Tennessee, and actually I don't know if it's at Tennessee or at home against Tennessee, but they got Green Bay, Tennessee, and then at the Giants. Philly's next 3 games. And the way that they're looking, they are primed to drop at least one of those. At least one. Green Bay, Tennessee, and the Giants. In fact, if I put money on it, I would say Tennessee would be the team to give them their second loss. We beat the Giants on Thanksgiving, we will have swept them. We'll be 1 game better than them in the standings and have the tiebreaker head-to-head. Now, Philly's loss to Washington looms really big. Because if they, all we got to do is be 1 game better than them by Christmas Eve. So if we can run the table until Christmas Eve, which I believe that we can, we all saw our ceiling last Sunday, a few days ago. We played a flawless game. And Kellen Moore blew the game in Green Bay by trying to turn it into a Boise State, aerial attack, 47 pass attempts. It's not how we win. We showed our recipe on Sunday. run the ball first, establish a run, and then let Dak manage the game. He's an excellent game manager. Dak is an A-plus game manager. But we cannot win it on his arm. We get the run game going, and then it sets up Dak to do what he does. And he doesn't have to press the issue like he was trying to do in Green Bay. At Green Bay, we should have just stuck with the run in the first half. That would have not given them 2 interceptions, not given them life. We'd have went up 10-0 in the second quarter and possibly went into halftime with a 13-0 or 17-0 lead. Because turnovers, especially on the road in a hostile environment against a dangerous team, can turn into points. Good defense or not, that's just how it goes. So we all know that the Giants, Brian Dable, they're going to run the ball. They're going to get Saquon prepped and ready, and they're going to try to run it down our throats and play it the way Green Bay played it. But we're not going to be playing in 34 degree weather that felt like 27 degrees. It'll be in our house. It'll be warm because the roof will be closed. And their hot rookie receiver tore his ACL. He's out for the season. They really don't have many receiving threats. So I'm pretty confident that if we stack the box, we can stop Barkley. Trayvon Diggs, the last 5 games, has shown that he is becoming a premier shutdown corner. He followed Jefferson in the Vikings game. Jefferson had 3 catches for 33 yards. That's crazy. Only other game, 2 games that he wasn't effective in was against Philly and against Detroit. Those 3 games, he had less than 100 yards combined. 33 with us. The other 7 games, Justin Jefferson has over 1,000 yards. Trayvon Diggs following Jefferson, he shut down basically one of the top 3 receivers in the league. So Trayvon can take away the Giants' top receiving threat, playing man coverage. Anthony Brown, hopefully, can be serviceable against their 2 receiver, and DeRon Bland is still learning on the go in slot. He's a good corner. He just wet behind the ears still. But I think he's getting better by the game. So if we can beat the Giants decisively, stack the box, stop Saquon, and if we score on our first few drives, like we scored on our first 7 against Minnesota, if we score on our first 3 and put up 17 or 21 points, it's going to force the Giants to have to pass. We just got to be wary of Daniel Jones running the ball a lot, because that could be a backbreaker. Could be 3rd and 15, and you can have everything covered and get pressure, and he's the kind of guy that can escape it and scramble for the first down. So hopefully we'll have a spy on him for that. But we beat the Giants on Thanksgiving. We will have beaten winning teams in back-to-back weeks. We haven't done that, I don't remember how long, because we've seemed to struggle against winning teams. Zach, go downstairs, buddy. I got a stray dog in my house. Zach, get downstairs, please. We usually struggle against winning teams and blow out the bad teams. We beat Minnesota, and if we could beat the Giants on Thanksgiving and beat them decisively, we'll be 8-3. At this point last year, after Thanksgiving, we were 7-4, so we'll be 1 game better than last year. And then we'll have a mini bye week, like I said, and then the next 2 games will be at home against the Colts and the Texans. If we are 10-3 after 13 games, and the Eagles are 11-2, they drop one of the next 3, then our destiny will be 100% in our hands. Because the big thing is the Eagles' loss was against Washington. That's a divisional loss. We have one divisional loss. That's against Philly. So if we go into Christmas Eve, this is hypothetically, if we go into Christmas Eve with 3 losses and Philly has, just say, 2, and we beat them at our house Christmas Eve, and we both 3-loss teams, we will be the number 1 seed because we have a better divisional record. They will have 2 divisional losses to our 1, and will have split games. So there will be no head-to-head tiebreaker on a sweep. So the next thing is who has a better record, tie record, and then it goes to head-to-head, split. So the third thing will be divisional record. They'll have 2 divisional losses. So if we beat Washington the last game of the season, that'll put us in the number one seed right there. And we have the tiebreaker against Minnesota. I believe Minnesota will lose a couple more games. So if we finish in a 3-way tie with, say, Philadelphia and Minnesota, and we beat the Eagles Christmas Eve, we'll have the tiebreaker over Minnesota and Philly. The number 1 seed is pivotal. We've only had it twice since 2007, 2016. It is so pivotal now because only one team gets a bye. You get that bye week, you only got to win 1 playoff game to get to the NFC Championship. And I believe we've got the squad this year to do that. We do. I think the second most dangerous team in the NFC is the Niners. Last night, they dismantled Arizona. With Christian McCaffrey, I mean, their defense is already stellar. With Christian McCaffrey, that offense is, man, he really made that offense something else. So, I think it's Cowboys, Eagles, and Niners. Those are the 3. One of those 3 teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. If we can avoid the Niners, that'd be great. I would love for the Eagles and the Niners to beat themselves up in the postseason, and we draw like Seattle or the Giants again, or something like that. Because if Cooper Rush could go into the Meadowlands Monday night at their house, week 3, without Michael Gallup, Tyler Smith only in his 3rd game, without Jaron Kearse, without Dalton Schultz, and be up by 10 in the 4th quarter, basically winning the game decisively, then Dak should be able to do it at home with no problem. So I would love, I want to win, of course, we all do. Even if it's a 21-17 game, I'll take that. I'll take it because it wins a win, but I really want to see a decisive win. I want to see back-to-back dominant wins. Consistency. Because last year, we didn't have that. We haven't had that since 2018 when we won 6 in a row after going 3-5. We won 6 in a row. No, we won 5 in a row. But they won against all good teams. So we beat Minnesota. If we beat the Giants, that will be the first time that we've showed some real consistency in a long time. Because last season, we had a bad loss against Denver, say a la Green Bay. And then we came back the next week and routed the Falcons 43-3. They were a bad team. We come back off a bad loss and we rout Minnesota 40-3. And in the following week, we went to Kansas City and just laid an egg 9-19. Couldn't even score a touchdown. Now, that was at Arrowhead. And completely different circumstances. I believe this team we have now is better than last year's team, and it's the Giants, and we're at home. So I don't believe it's going to be 9-19 loss. My score prediction for the game: we're averaging 39 points a game since Dak is back. By the way, that's number one in the NFL since he's been back. 39 points a game is what we're averaging. My prediction, honestly, I believe it's going to be 35 or 38-10. I believe we allow 10 points, no more. We'll probably get 4 or 5 sacks, maybe a takeaway or two, and Dak plays another clean game, and the run game just goes smooth. And if y'all notice, they kicked Tyler Smith in at left guard in the second half of the Minnesota game, and Jason Peters at left tackle. I love it because Tyler Smith can play both positions. And he is the best left guard we have on this team. He's better than McGovern, even though McGovern's playing well. And Tyler Biadasz is playing the best that he's ever played. Now, they're putting Tyler Smith in at left guard right now because they know Ty Smith is a few weeks around the corner from coming back. And when he comes back, we're going to have Tyron Smith at left tackle. He's going to be fresh. He won't be worn down because he ain't played all year. We're going to have Tyron Smith with Tyler Smith at left guard. So we can have a team that we're playing that has a stout defensive tackle group, and we'll be all right. Because at left guard, Tyler Smith, right guard, Zach Martin, and at center, Tyler Biadasz, who is playing really good now. And if he can play at this level, if Biadasz can play at this level that he's playing right now, he could be the center for the future. And Terrence Steele's playing out of his mind. Terrence Steele's 25. Tyler Smith's 21. McGovern's like 23, 24. So if Biadasz is becoming that center that we hope that he could become, he's no Frederick, but a good center, then we've got 3 young linemen for the future. And we've got our tackles for the future. I know Smith will be playing guard the rest of the season when Tyron Smith comes back, but Tyler Smith is the long-term left tackle. Terrence Steele, long-term right tackle for the next 10 years probably. So that's amazing. And I like how Rich Eisen said Tony Pollard is as effective as Tyreek Hill right now. He nicknamed him Deuce. Deuces Pollard. Because every time he gets the ball in space, it's deuces. So I like that nickname, Deuce Pollard. So, guys, if we knock off the Giants in considerable fashion on Thursday, I'm telling you, if there's any year, this is the year, especially with the NFC as wide open as it is. And I believe Odell Beckham will sign with us. I don't think he will go back to the Giants because I don't think Danny Dimes is going to be the quarterback of the future. They're uncertain of that. I do believe we beat the Giants. We beat the brakes off them. Odell Beckham will be compelled to come play here. And he doesn't want to be relied on heavily when he first gets here. Like with the Rams, he wasn't relied on heavily. He worked his way in. Cooper Kupp was the man. Van Jefferson. And Odell Beckham was a complimentary piece, as he will be with us. If he goes to the Giants, they're going to expect him to be targeted 15 times, getting 100 yards a game off the get-go. With us, he can ease his way in, as we have CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and Noah Brown, and James Washington coming back. So we're going to get even better down the stretch when Ty Smith comes back, James Washington gets healthy, and we sign OBJ, which I believe we will. That's 3 players that will make an impact. And Washington is a better wide receiver 3 than Noah Brown or Noah. He's a better wide receiver 3 than Noah Brown is. So yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in on how important this Giants game is. Consistency is what we've lacked for the longest. If we beat the Giants, that's back-to-back wins against winning teams. And we haven't done that in 2016, maybe. I gotta check that schedule, but I don't know if there's back-to-back wins against winning teams. But I know we won 11 in a row. Maybe 2014 was the last time we beat back-to-back winning teams. But it'll be big though, because I know the Giants are 7-3. They're not as good as their record indicates, but they're still 7-3. So that's it for this episode, guys. Y'all get ready to slay some Giants on Sunday. We seem to own them, and we annually sweep them, and I expect that fully this Thursday. And we'll finally have a good Thanksgiving. We haven't had a good Thanksgiving since 2018 when we beat the Redskins 31-23. 2019, lost to Buffalo. 2020, lost to Washington. And last year, lost to the Raiders. Pulling what little hair I have out in that game last year. But this one should be good. It should be a great Thanksgiving all the way around. And then hopefully on Sunday, we see Aaron Rodgers bring it to the Packers. Bring it to the Eagles. If not, then the next week, Tennessee will take them down. Pretty confident in that Tennessee-Philly game. But please subscribe, like, and share, guys. Every subscriber counts. Please help me to get to 1,000. And keep God first and foremost. He is number one. Everything else comes after, even this. Y'all have a happy Thanksgiving, guys. And I'll have a video right after our game on Thursday. So y'all stay fresh, keep it real, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Charles in Charge is out.